Cheers, vinyl community. Thanks for dropping in again. Tony here. Tony's LPs are us. Just going to do a little Heineken late. Got to watch the weight. As you know, the camera, he adds about 10 pounds. So cheers. First one today. It's a Saturday. But anyway, this is a quick video. Again, I always say quick, but I end up lasting a little longer than I hope. But, people seem to like it. I want to thank everyone for subscribing. I'm getting a lot more comments, and I'm really happy about that. Whenever you have questions or comments, I really like to hear your memories of these particular topics. But anyway, this is about a sad topic. Pete Brown, the lyricist, co-author of many, many Cream songs, has passed away at the age of 82 in, I believe, in the UK. He was born 12/25, 1940, and died on May 19th, 2023 of cancer. So rest in peace, Pete. And what I want to do is just go over a quick overview of some of his music and a little bit of his career. He started out as a poet, was inspired by Dylan Thomas, used to hang around with Ginsberg, was inspired also by the beat poet of the time in the early 60s, the beat movement. And around 1966, 1965, he's friends with all the blues people and I guess Corner's band who had Cream and Bruce in it. And Ginger Baker, had Baker and Bruce in that band. And Baker, when Cream was formed, or before Cream was formed, Ginger Baker asked Peter Brown if he would write some lyrics for the band. And somehow he hooked up with Jack Bruce. And him and Jack Bruce continued their collaborations 46 years until, I guess, Jack Bruce passed away a few years ago. So after Cream split up, Pete Brown and Jack Bruce continued to collaborate. Obviously, he would do the words, and the virtuoso Jack Bruce would write the music. So now there's not much on the web right now because it just happened, just passed away. Nothing in America, nothing on America TV. It's a lyricist that we all know and love from Cream and so many others. He wrote a theme for Imaginary Western with Jack Bruce, who was made famous by Leslie West of Mountain. So it was there's really not much, said right now, but I'm sure in the next couple of days, hopefully some of the news shows, some of the, probably on Sirius radio and things like that will pick it up and give him the proper, due that he deserves. But I'm just going to go over a few of his albums that he wrote with songs and albums that he co-wrote with Jack Bruce. Now, interesting, when I looked up his discography, they actually list like 9 or 10 songs, but he wrote entire albums with Jack Bruce, and I'm going to go over some of those albums and the songs he wrote for Cream with Jack Bruce, and the song that Mountain did, which was a theme from Imaginary Western. I believe Jack Bruce did it as well. So here we have, these aren't in any order. Here we have Jack Bruce, Songs for a Tailor, which is a great record. This is on Atco Records. And let me just see the date on here. This is 1969, so it's right after Cream. And on here, there's 10 songs. This is a great album, 10 songs. And here's the record. And all these 10 songs were co-written by Peter Brown and with Jack Bruce. Music composed by Jack Bruce. Words by Peter Brown. You have The Mystery of Bag, He the Richmond, Boston Ball Game, To Isengard, and The Clear Out. And side one, we have Never Tell Your Mother, She's Out of Tune, which is a classic. Theme for Imaginary Western. On this record, it's only 3 minutes and 27 seconds. We know Mountain did an extended version. Tickets to Waterfalls, Weird of Hermiston, and Rope Ladder to the Moon. These are great tracks. So that's all Peter Brown with Jack Bruce. Next, we have just a sample of some Cream records. The classic "Goodbye Cream." He wrote with Jack Bruce, "Politician." He wrote "Doing That Scrapyard Thing" with Jack Bruce, and that's on it's on this live record, "Goodbye Cream," which is a great record. This is an OG pressing. Next, we have "The Best of Cream," which I'm sure you've all seen on Atco. Here's the original inner, and I'll go over some of these songs really quick. Okay, you have "I Feel Free," Jack Bruce, Peter Brown. "Sunshine of Your Love," Jack Bruce, Brown, and Clapton. So Clapton gets credit on this. "White Room," can't go wrong, Jack Bruce, Peter Brown, and "SWLABR." So we all know that is an unbelievable record in itself. And here's the jacket. This is a classic cover. I think there's a video of this actually where they jam with these outfits on. And this is "The Best of Cream" on Atco. Here I have a reaction. Here's an Atco, Disraeli Gears, American Press. And on here we have "Sunshine of Your Love," "Dance the Night Away," SWLABR is on here. "Take It Back," it's a classic. And those are all co-written with Jack Bruce, Peter Brown. Here's the reaction import, the original. This sounds really good. Basically the same, only the titles aren't on here. I'll show you the label. This is a beautiful pressing. The blue reaction. This is near mint. Disraeli Gears, made in England, 1967. I was 10 years old in 1967, so I had to buy all these records later on when I was older. But cheers. Peter Brown continued his career as a lyricist obviously with Jack Bruce, but he also took singing lessons later on. He developed a singing voice. In the 70s, he toured with different bands, I guess as a singer, guitar player, co-producer. He wrote a few books. He wrote screenplays. I believe he wrote a screenplay for a movie about Jack Bruce, and I'm not quite sure of that, but it's called "White Rooms and Imaginary Westerns." And I didn't really do much research. I wanted to get this video out and make this sad announcement. But he wrote the screenplay for that. He also wrote the dramatic interludes of the Rolling Stones Rewind, which was a VHS that came out years ago. If you remember, Rewind was the greatest hits of Rolling Stones on VHS. I'm sure it's on DVD, but he wrote that. He wrote the interlooping videos that kept the singles together. So he wrote Peter Brown wrote that as well. Here's a record that you probably haven't seen. It's pretty obscure. Jack Bruce, "Question of Time." And he had a big hit with "Make Love," but believe it or not, I believe Peter Brown wrote all the songs with Jack Bruce on this record too. Here's the inner. And we go over the songs. This is on Epic. And it says here, "Life on Earth," that's Bruce. "Make Love," Jack Bruce, Peter Brown. "No Surrender," Peter Brown, Jack Bruce, not the Bruce Springsteen "No Surrender." "Flying," Bruce Brown. "Hey Now," Princess, Bruce Brown. There's another song on here which I got to play. "Blues You Can't Lose" by Willie Dixon. We have to play that. On here also is Obsession, Brown Bruce, Let Me Be, Brown Bruce, Only Playing Games, Brown Bruce, and A Question of Time, which is the title track, was written by Jack Bruce solo. So we have that record. I'll show you the cover again. It's a pretty cool cover. Nice laminated cover. Epic. Here we have an interesting Jack Bruce record with Billy Cobham, Dave Sanchez, which is a really great record. This is called I've Always Wanted to Do This. Jack Bruce and Friends, Clem Clemson, Billy Cobham, David Sanchez. And you can see Bruce there in the middle. All in green. I wonder why. And here we have the song title, Dancing on Air, Jack Bruce, Peter Brown. Living Without, Jack Bruce, Peter Brown. Bird Alone, Jack Bruce, Peter Brown. Hit and Run, Bruce Brown. Facelift, Bruce Brown. And that's it. So, 4 or 5 tracks on this alone. And then I also pulled a West, Bruce, and Lang, which is a great lineup, another power trio with Leslie West. Corky Lang from Mountain. And here we have, let me see, Pleasure, Bruce Brown. Love is Worth the Blues, West, Bruce, and Lang. Pollution Woman, Bruce Brown, West, and Lang. Out into the Fields, Bruce Brown, West, and Lang. Why Don't You, Bruce, West, and Lang. So a number of songs. He's prolific. But when you look him up online on Wikipedia, they have 9 or 10 songs like Politicians, Sunshine of Your Love, etc. I just wanted to pull this one, Mountain Twin Peaks. This has Theme for Imaginary Western on it. And this is a great record in itself, a great sounding OG pressing. There's the gatefold. So that's my quick little tribute to Mr. Pete Brown. And like I said, he continued to work up until his death. I believe, must have worked, up until his 80s. He was 82, died of cancer, unfortunately, but left a great legacy. And I'm sure his family, his heirs will be happy for a long, long time because these songs will be continued to be published. Just for instance, I believe Sunshine of Your Love has been performed by 130 artists. It's just that song alone. So every time the song is performed, obviously there's a royalty check cut, or when it's played, there's however it's done today. So that's it. Rest in peace. I also cannot fail to mention the great Jim Brown, the AAA actor, activist, and athlete. And I met Mr. Brown years ago when I worked in my previous position, and it was really nice. He signed a little brochure for me. He was in charge of he founded American I Can, which was a rehabilitation behavior modification program dedicated to help individuals reestablish their proper role in society, and mostly for prisoners in the state prisons in the country. So I met Mr. Brown, and he was in, I believe, over 60 movies. Retired at age 30 from the Browns. Had a career he's the GOAT. They say he's the best football player that ever played. Considered a GOAT, greatest of all time. So sad day was the 19th, where I believe Mr. Brown either died the 18th or the 19th. So cheers and keep rocking. Hope you like this segment. If you do, please subscribe. Please tell everybody. I'll leave comments. And let me know what's your favorite Jack Bruce song, or if you know of other artists that have written with Jack Bruce. But right now, there's just so many. It's hard to go over everything. It's just very prolific. So thanks a lot. Have a great weekend. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye. Thank you.